What's up, everybody? Music is peppier than I thought it would be, but that's okay. It's fun. We are here today for the KFPL Qualifier Sealed Alliance. I can't do this. It's my first time trying with music, and that one's just a little too much. Oops, that's not the one we're looking at. Let's get this guy. So, NKFL Qualifier Sealed Alliance, get 2 decks, make an alliance out of them. I think they just said we're switching to Ghost Galaxy new rules for this, which is going to be open deck lists, and you can switch your pods between rounds. I don't know if either one is better or worse for me. Too much decision can sometimes be like crippling, or you like overthink things, but regardless, I signed up saying I want random decks from a random set. And so Karen got me those last night, and these are my decks. I can't be mad about this. Ended up with Worlds Collide, and we got 2 decks with pretty similar houses as far as the Dis and Logos, and then we got Star Alliance and Untamed. A 73 and a 75 SAS, especially for Worlds Collide, like, I'm totally happy with this. I feel excited, feel like there's a good chance we could do something with this, but haven't done hardly any alliance yet, so I mean, like, making an alliance of 2 random decks I think is way different than trying to craft like the perfect deck for Alliance Archon. But let's talk about these decks quick. We've got S. Martins and They That Strangely Sees Life. So S. Martins is rated a little bit lower, and I think it's because of this house. The logos it says are about the same, and I can see why. We do have the 2 Edis here. We've got 1 Igor, we've got a Daughter, Positron Bolt, 2 Titan Guardians, like, just looks great to me. Love what's going on here. The Dis in this one is like hyper creature control, which in Sealed I also don't mind too much. Double Gleeful Mayhem, Draining Touch, Key to Dis, double Harbinger of Dooms, which get procced off of the Gleeful Mayhems, or the Eterome if I have that on board already. So like, if I'm just facing a bunch of mass mutation creature spam, which is possible, I am expecting a decent amount of people to be grabbing mass mutation. There could be some, I wouldn't be surprised if some people do AoE too, just for the fun of it. I think you can probably do some pretty solid AoE alliance decks, but I'm expecting to see mostly mass mutation, maybe some dark tidings too, because I think you can also make some pretty strong dark tidings stuff if you're able to cut out like Saurian houses or whatever. So I'm not starting out with this pod, but there's a good chance I go into it if it seems like I don't have enough creature control. Already talked about the logos. The Star Alliance is pretty bog standard. We've got double Frayne, Chan, Melina, Force Field, Light of the Archons, double Zap. I like the Tachyon Pulse. There's actually artifact control in both of these decks, which I think, again, I don't know how important that's going to be, so that might be something we drop. But for now, I don't mind it. The double Zap is fine. The Fraynes are a little bit of extra Amber control. And then, you know, it's got making some pips. It's doing some action cheating, some house cheating and stuff. Like, it's kind of a pretty simple Star Alliance, but I think it should be pretty effective in Sealed, so we'll see. I think I'm going with that one, but I'll have to look in a sec. This one, I almost wanted to just take this deck on its own. It's got pretty low Amber control, although the Dis is very strong on the Amber control, so especially with the Hysteria. We'll see. The Logos looks really, really fun. It's got the Neutron Shark, double Igor, Code Monkey, Daughter, Titan Guardians. Also really, really fun. I think I like the Edis a little bit more. This one just looks so fun though. We'll see. So one thing, I have an issue. Like, I might have just played this deck, but because the format is Alliance, just the way my brain works, I have to actually win with an Alliance if I'm gonna win. So that's why I'm not just doing this deck as it stands. I think this is a really fun looking deck. It looks really, really fast. It's doing a lot of disruptive stuff, a lot of different things. So We'll see. Maybe I just switch to this one to just try and win with it. But I'm trying an alliance right now. Last thing we've got is this Untamed. I guess I didn't talk too much about this disc. We also have the Gleeful Mayhem in here. We have the Hysteria, which is, if you've seen my other stuff, one of my favorite board clears. 3 Fates is great. Obsidian Forge, awesome key cheat if it's able to kind of stay down. And then we've got, with that Hysteria, 1 Infernus and double Rock Grub. So I think that's where, I think no matter which deck I choose, that's going to be a decent amount of my Amber control, which is still pretty situational, or not situational, but like takes some setup, which I think is why I want the Igor or the Eddies more than this house. Although this house does have the memory chip and the code monkey. I'm gonna talk myself out of this. I already know. There's just so many options here. And then there's this Untamed, which I really like this Untamed, except the only creature control in it is the Fangtooth. I think if this had like a single I don't know, Nature's Call or a natural selection or something like that, I would go with this Untamed, because it also has the key charge, has several pips, has double Harmonia and the Fuzzy Gruin, so it's just super speedy. But again, there's no creature control really except for the Fangtooth, which I don't think any of these decks want to see Fangtooth. All my creatures are probably going to be a little bit smaller than my opponents. And then yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I might go with that one too. Lack of creature control. I think creature control right now is what I'm scared of, and so I tried to be balanced. This seems like too much, where this house isn't doing anything else, and this is like the opposite, where it's not doing any creature control, but it's probably got a lot of speed, and speed that is going to be okay with my opponent having more creatures than me. So we'll see. Like, really, all of these houses look fun except for the Star Alliance, but I think the Star Alliance is just kind of like has enough utility. This is the one I came up with to start with. I really like the numbers. It's making some decent Amber. It's got some artifact control. It's got creature control. It's got Amber control. It's doing some disruption with the Hysteria and Infernus. 2 key cheats in there with the Data Forge and the Obsidian Forge. Data Forge, I don't think we have enough, like, yeah, we don't have any Tau Vapors or anything, so I don't think we're getting that. Zaps are fine. The Frames are fine. Again, they can kind of just stretch out those keys a little bit for my opponent. Some stuff here to protect creatures. You know. Basically, what I could do is switch this out with the Untamed, which I think is what I had to start with, but it had very little artifact control and lower creature control because there's no zaps. Because we still don't have any board clears. Hysteria, I would consider to be kind of a board clear, but against certain decks, it's not going to do it. I'm also like very unpracticed at the moment. I have not been able to play much Keyforge at all because work has been crazy, so I'm not positive how today is going to go. But like, I'm not sad with this deck at all. I just need to see like what it seems like we're missing, and it might be that speed is what we're missing, in which case like I want to just go with this entire deck because I think there's a lot of synergy. It just doesn't have a lot of Amber control. I really like this Untamed. I don't love Fuzzy Gruin though, especially if we're going to be going up against like other pretty fast decks. It's just not great. Again, the Fangtooth, I don't think. I don't think it's going to be fantastic, so we'll see. This logos also looks super fun, so there's a chance if the E-Dice don't seem like they're pulling enough weight. We have double Titan Guardian in both. The Neutron Shark, I would not mind. I think if we grab this Neutron Shark, we might ditch the Star Alliance because we won't need the Tachyon Pulse anymore for artifact control. Double Igor with Code Monkey could be just disgusting. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna change my mind. What if we did this Logos and this Star Alliance? I am a little bit restricted because I have to have basically Well, I don't have to. I could have Starlines Untamed and one of these two. But most likely I'm going to have Distant Logos because those houses are good in both of these decks too. Do I like this Logos? I still have one Igor. The Code Monkey would be good, but if I'm not keeping much of a board, it's probably not doing much. Although it is a nice follow-up to this Dis house if I'm able to keep that on the board after like a Hysteria. I don't know. We can change it after round 1. I think we're just going to stick with this one because it's what I made in here already. And yeah, we'll just see how round 1 goes. Again, it's sealed. We could come up against anything. This feels toolboxy enough, but also has enough kind of disruption in its own game plan to where I'm hopeful. We're not destroying a ton. Yeah, we are. The Dis is destroying some Amber. I don't love the Soul Fiddle and the Wretched Doll, but Soul Fiddle can actually be somewhat impactful in sealed, just turning off some of those stronger reap abilities. Looks like we're on the Discord, just trying to get things set up, so maybe I'll pop into the voice channel there. I don't know if I should turn off the music for that or not. I may have that just as this alliance polls, but we can't hear them. Something's going on. I think I had this last time too. I actually wasn't able to hear. Oh dear.
I'll check in later, probably. You guys all have fun. Somebody have fun.
I might have fun.
Okay, go for it.
We'll
luck.
see how fast I can win or lose.
Yep. Play it sheep style. 10-minute
It's only-
timer.
It's only happening one way.
Boom. We are live.
Okay, so maybe we're not
Wait,
doing.
what the hell? Who deleted themselves?
Uh-oh. Let's see. Is that our actual matchup against Enti?
Come on, who deleted themselves?
Well, I think.
So we are in fact playing the person.
Yes, we are playing the first round, but somebody deleted themselves. Was that Joker?
I don't see Joker in that.
Yeah, okay. I guess Aurora gets the bye.
So who makes the game? The first person or second person?
The player 1 makes game.
Okay, so I'm making a game. I'm gonna just mute this quick. Play new game. I don't remember if they said there's a timer or not, but there probably is. Lions competitive. Let's get a time limit. 40? Is that the new? Or 45? Alright, so let's grab our Alliance deck. SS They. Should be a fun one. We're playing against Zenzik first. I'm not 100% sure if I played them before. Let's see. I've not joined yet, and I don't think I've seen them post on the Discord, so hopefully they're around. They might be making their... Okay, we got the match. Sure, everything's looking good. Okay, so they are playing Mass Mutation or DT. I think we're good to start. And they did say deck lists are open now. Oh, awesome. So they got some Sins, a couple Gateways, Purify, A-Bond, Exile. What do they have to exile? Spoils and City State could make a decent exile, but okay. I'm not gonna be sad about that starting hand. What do I need to worry about? I mean, like creature control, I'm gonna have to be able to deal with their Sanctum and their Dis here, but they might deal with some of it for me. I do have to watch out for the Mark Gateway play. I think we're keeping this. Oh, agreed turn one. Alright. It's not bad. I still think this Logos is not a bad follow-up. I maybe could have put this on the left since I'm not too worried about it dying, but I think we just see how long we can milk this Logos now, even though we didn't draw anymore, which is a bummer. See if we can set up a little bit better Hysteria play. I don't want to throw that down super early. Nafeel, A-Bond. Okay, so I turned off Apsis. Let's see what we get with the Repeater. Just an E-Die. Just an E-Die. That's not a bad draw, but it's got on the left. What do we archive? I think we just archive things. They don't have any random discard. So I think we can just keep stuff in the archives that we're not worried about playing, or we don't care to play. Of course, I start getting work text like as soon as things start here. Okay, so we got marked with this already. That is pretty quick there. And we lost. Yeah. So it's unfortunate. They're getting kind of a lot of value out of that taunt there, but again, I think this Hysteria play is going to hurt him a lot once we get that down. We've got second Sin. Kills the Titan Guardian, plays a second Bone Saw. So they're going to draw a lot here too, but we are going to gum up the hands pretty well. I don't know what that oops was for. Maybe because of this, we probably do want to pull the Wretched Doll, because we don't have a great answer to this board. Alright, let's go Dis. We're going to go ahead and take this. Drop that. Let's Bornit's Touch first. Kind of like getting rid of Commandeer. Then we will, not Hysteria yet. We have too much to purge though. We're going to go ahead and do this. And then what do we purge of our own? I don't know if we want to purge anything. Bibliophile maybe? Yeah, let's just ditch that guy. Don't think it's surviving in this climate. Okay, we got the 3 fates. That will be huge against these sins, because I'm guessing that's what's coming down next. Get those back on the board to get your draw back up. But Hand of 14, I wish it was a little bit more mixed. They had not played Saurian yet. Oh, go to the many. Okay. Fine with seeing that too. Oh, I'm not sure if it's worth playing this Dis again or not. But dropping this Explo Rover with nothing on it feels pretty bad. Let's see if we can get a little bit more logos. Nom Exploiter isn't the worst. We are in a place where I don't mind Tachyon pulsing, but oh, this is going to be so much Dis, and we've used a lot of our creature control already. Those zaps are going to have to put in some work. I guess we got the Gleeful coming. So that stuff's going to get warded soon. Yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble. For sure. This is much more board than I was hoping to deal with this fast. We'll see if they go right back into Dis or not, though. I got the Igor, so we can cycle some. Yeah, turn 1 greed was pretty rough because they're just on like 8 card hands this whole game now, and a lot of creatures, which is what I knew would be a problem going against Mass Mutation. What we still got? I mean, we do have cards to deal with creatures, and the fact that he's not going Dis there is huge because that gives me a chance to kill the greed here. It's not a great play, but we can Igor as well, so I've got to pick up the Gleeful. Didn't draw anything else. Okay. I mean, at least they're on low creatures, or they're on low amber, so we can have a little bit of time to get to work with this. It's not looking fantastic. And now I don't really want to Tachyon Pulse. I could. So maybe Star Alliance next turn is the play. Goes back into Dis. They have one more. Okay, they don't have the other sin, so that's good. Just reaping out here. They might try and fight off the Hapsis, but don't know if that's really worth it to them. Probably reaps with the Brabble. Fights the Igor. Okay. And then captures one. Okay, so they just want to use the font there. I don't think we get quite enough out of the Gleeful yet, so let's go ahead and... Well, do I? Do I want to do it before Don't want to hit him. Let's see if he can get some Saurian down. Let's force him to fight that off at least. Do we want to Tachyon Pulse? I don't think we do. Like, this hurts, but I don't think they have much ways to destroy the Amber unless they do an exile. But if they exile this, I think I'm fine with that. So I get to blow up Amber myself. They should be back to a Saurian play here, which would be pretty good for me. So it does set up a decent Gleeful Mayhem. This getting warded is unfortunate. I could do one more Star Alliance and zap. Should have put the Chance Blaster on Melina. That's unfortunate. We'll see if he goes to just fight things off here. That will cost him a lot of creatures, though. I forgot to check if Ambermedius is streaming this today. I would have gone live if he's not going, but I want to make sure people are watching his stream if he's actually doing it live. Okay, so does choose to fight off some stuff. Probably wants to remove the ward. Oh no, just gonna reap out. Captures another one on Brabble. Totally fine with that because I don't have enough Amber for that Brabble to blow up for it to matter. We can stop the key with the Rock Grub. Deal with this A-Bond. Does ping the ward here, unfortunately. See, if I go Logos, I'm not stopping the key. I can do some damage. Let's go Dis. I can't kill this before the Gleeful, right? No. Let's go Gleeful. We'll lose one Ember, but we get two off of the Brabble. Stop their key. Drop this. Let's enrage the Pride so it can't ward any other sins that come down. What's the other one they have left? Is it Envy? Yeah, it's terrifying with the Exile, so I have to be really careful of that. Make sure I have ways to kill that Envy as soon as it comes down, which hopefully the Zap can do that, but I guess it's a 3-turn combo if they want to do that, because they can't play the Exile on the same turn they Reap with Envy, but still scary. Alright, finally getting some Saurians down. A little sad they didn't do Saurian last turn. City States. Let's see if they exile something here. I don't have more Ember for them to capture, though, so it really doesn't do a whole lot. Finally kills the Apsis. That's unfortunate. They go to 7. Is it worth going back into this here? Just to get this archived. We still have to draw into. We've got the Positron Bolt. We've got a second Zap. They did not steal, so that does not take them off check. I kind of like the display here. We're letting them have the key. We're getting rid of their taunt. We can enrage this too. I don't think there's going to be a turn they really steal from us. Just wish we had one more creature with the Logos. Let's go back into this. Blow that up, and then we'll just enrage. Bonesaw. Okay. Probably going Star Alliance next turn just to start pinging wards and get some more bodies on the board. It's still a tough game. I think we probably saw that Hysteria a little early. Saurian can probably come down and do a lot. Sanctum probably can do a lot. I remember Purify is just a mutant creature, yeah. So none of those on the board anyways. They have another taunt down, which is unfortunate. But with the Zap, we do 1, 2, 3. So we can ping a ward and then damage. So we can turn on this Anomaly Exploiter. Chan, Melina, capture on the Malison, because I don't think they want to try and kill that right now. We'll zap for 1, 1, 1. Okay, now we've got some decent logo stuff coming. I wonder if we shouldn't have gotten rid of that ward, because now they could exile it. I don't know if they have another capture. Spoils is gone, Sea State's gone, Faust could exalt it. But they probably want to save Faust until they probably just go back into Sanctum here. I didn't disrupt that play enough. Ardent Hero can fight into Malison, but I don't think I care too much about that. I do need to be careful of that exile though, especially with that Gorvenal. They do have ways of getting a lot of amber on that one of those creatures. Yeah, so they go back into Sanctum, plays another Purify, which doesn't do anything. Which I don't think they have hardly any mutants either. Dino Fiend, Daemonite. That's like it. And fights off the Chan, which makes sense. But that gives us a nice Positron Bolt here. Probably leave the Ardent Hero, actually, because Positron Bolt just kills this right off. Yeah, fonts again. Okay, so we're going to go... Yeah, because I need to kill both of these just so they don't have a good exile target. This does that, so we're going to go Logos. Not taking Archives. We're going to end up with a Dirty Archives, which is not my favorite, but... Positron Bolt. Blow that up. This guy. E-Die to put that in there. Information Exchange up to 7, and then Data Forge up to 8. Okay. Feeling good. We got the board stabilized. The fact that they weren't gaining Amber on those turns where they were replaying all those creatures after the Hysteria is probably the only reason I'm still in this. We do have a second Gateway possibly coming, but Mark of Dis is gone now, which is huge. Commandeer is gone, is huge. Faust probably comes down because they can tax me for all 8 if they do Faust, but they have to decide if they want to tax me or actually stop the key. What are we doing Dis? Can't quite Obsidian Forge this turn, but maybe we do a... Let's see, I might need to forward this email quick to... So they have the Envy down. So we have to kill it, right? Like, we just can't let that sit. Because they probably got a second. I don't know. We know both their other sins are in the discard, right? Pride is there. Greed is there. So they have to have a second sin. Let me just double check that. And this is where I don't know how I feel about the deck list being open or not. It's a little weird. Don't mind shuffling the E-Die back in. Yeah, let's just go Dis. Take the Archives. We'll Gleeful Mayhem. Drop that guy. Hornets touch my opponents. I think getting rid of Ludo feels pretty good there, and then we'll shuffle the E-die back in. And we're done. All right. I mean, the deck is feeling pretty good. I think there are some things like that we could see that would be worse, some things that would be better. We do have a board that they have to deal with, so they kind of have to worry about clearing my board as well. So they had to go the Faust Blade there just to take me off the key. So we're just going to go into Logos here. Let's do... saying they have that Keybreak, Envy, Exile combo, which is why I had to kill the Pride, because they could have, yeah, just had to make sure there was not two sins on the board. I think we played this on the right. Ooh, 3 Fates looks pretty good going into a Obsidian Forge turn. Nothing's damaged, so we can't use the Anomaly Exploiter for anything. I'm sure they can still... Well, I'm still not on the check here, so I wonder if Star Alliance would have been better there, but I couldn't have killed the Faust anyways. And getting creatures on the board just makes the Obsidian Forge scarier. Of course, Aurora got the bye, so we're probably going to play against her next round. So we got the Faust protected. I can kill it with the 3 Fates. That does not get me enough to Obsidian Forge, though. So what else could I do here? The Zap kill it. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Zap kills it, so let's just go Star Alliance. Chan... Force Field, and Zap. That doesn't matter what else I hit here, they all have armor. Alright, I think 9 should do it, but we'll see. We know they still have, they have drawn through now, so City States or, ooh, got the break key, so that saves them a turn. But I think we can just Obsidian Forge next turn. They are killing something with the Exalt Dino Fiend. Fonts. We're at 8, yeah. So Reap puts us to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good game. I think it was just a little bit more of a snowball than they had once I got rolling, because I think if they get just one more turn of being able to play creatures, and then we kind of just got the other creature control answers right as we needed them. So let's get that in. We were 3, 2. Hope that's what they're thinking. We're kind of on a Google Sheet today, so it's not the most glamorous, but it's working. Some not so close games on some of these other ones, some 3-0s. That's pretty scary. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think we actually Oh no, we didn't draw the Data Forge. So now the question is, do I want to swap decks? I think... see who else is still going. Also don't know if I'm going to keep this as just like one long recording. Let's see where we're at. We've got, looks like just two unreported games. So yours truly versus Isa Galena and Tran Helbao against Karen. I don't know if we're supposed to go watch these. It's kind of like scouting, especially since we could change our deck list in between. I don't know if I want to do that. That seems weird. I don't see these games in here either, so maybe... No, I'm just not actually viewing Alliance. I started an Alliance game, but not even looking for him. Karen Trahanabao, and then yours truly, and easy. Galena. Let's see quick if... Oh, he is streaming it. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to cut this off then, and we'll start up for the next round. Let's actually... So I think... not playing this is the right choice because we saw having those zaps for little extra creature control was like vital in those games. So so I don't think we want to put this Untamed in. As fun as it would be to have that speed, I just think it's too scary. The real question is between these two. The Anomaly Exploiter works really well with the zaps. For Plasma, it can be pretty conditional. Code Monkey, I don't think I really want to put too many of my creatures in my archives aside from like the Rock Grubs, and how often are those going to actually stay alive. I guess the Neutron Shark and Igor would be good if I could draw those all at once. Wormhole Text, there's not really any creatures in here that I'm worried, like, that are bad for me. Do I want more creature control? I think I like what I got. I'm gonna stick with it. Maybe until I lose, and then we'll see if it's worth switching. Oh, how do we? Is this just? Oh, this is not an equation. So we just put in. I guess I just reported over here. I don't know. We're doing things kind of off the cuff, so. See if they have any directions on how to report things. My opponent asked if it was best of one, and luckily for me it was. I think, like I said, if they get the snowball, I go downhill very fast against that deck. Because they could build. They did have a decent amount of ways to build a good exile play, which my deck just doesn't have the tools to come back from, really. Still need to think about the archiving, because I did end up pulling that Wretched Doll from my archives. I think it was the right play though. I needed as much creature control as I could find. I don't know. I think I'm happy. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna cut this recording off here, and we'll be back for round 2 unless I get the bye. Thanks for watching, everybody.